The Green Bay Packers hit the road to face the Cincinnati Bengals this week in one of Week 3's better games. Green Bay is installed as a 2.5-point favorite on BETDAQ, 48.5 the total in this game. And this is a tough one to call, one of the tougher ones I think on this Week 3 slate. I had an early lean towards Green Bay in this game. I was just of the opinion that the Cincinnati offense would not be able to keep up. Green Bay's offense is just so good. We saw it again last week. They got out to a 31-0 lead over the Washington Redskins. Aaron Rodgers with a career-high 480 yards passing. And even though Cincinnati has an excellent defense, the Bengals are a little banged up on that side of the ball this week. Defensive end Robert Geathers left last week's game with an elbow injury. He's since been placed on IR, so the Bengals now have 4 defenders on injured reserve. So my thinking was, Green Bay's going to score. We saw Green Bay against a great 49ers defense in Week 1. Packers ended up losing that game, but the offense was able to score. So I'd be very surprised if Cincinnati was able to hold Green Bay to, say, 17 points or less in this game. So for that reason, like I said, I had an early lean towards Green Bay. I do not have a whole lot of faith in this Cincinnati offense that has been very mediocre for the last couple of seasons. However, over the last couple of days, my feeling has started to creep in the other direction. One thing that's done it is I've seen how many people like the Packers in this game. This is one of the biggest public games of the week. Everybody but everybody is on the Packers here. That's enough to scare any better. You never want to follow the public in sports betting, so that's made me take a long pause and look at this game from a different angle and see maybe what I might be missing here. Green Bay has really been struggling on the road lately, 1-4 against the number in their last 5 road games, while Cincinnati has turned the corner at home. The Bengals were not a good home team for the last several years, but over the last half of last season and obviously last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Bengals have started playing some better football at home. Cincinnati 4-1 against the spread their last 4 home games. And you look at this Green Bay defense that allowed over 400 passing yards to Colin Kaepernick in Week 1. And they head into this week with 3 defensive backs listed as questionable, so Green Bay might be shorthanded in a secondary that already struggles. Now, I don't know. Andy Dalton might have some opportunities this week down the field. Cincinnati does have one of the best wide receivers in the NFL in A.J. Green. And listen, I'm as hard on Andy Dalton as anybody. I think he is the weak link in this Cincinnati Bengals offense, and I'm not sure the Bengals are going to be able to be a Super Bowl-type team with Andy Dalton as their quarterback. That being said, Dalton has thrown for 280 and 280 yards the first 2 weeks of the season, so it's not like he's unable to complete a pass. And again, the defense he's facing, very generous against the pass. So again, I think this is a tough one to call. I had an early lean towards Green Bay, but I've changed my mind. I think Cincinnati is going to win this game outright. I like the Bengals plus 2.5 on Sunday.